What's up, everybody?
How you doing, guys?
We back for another episode of the Disability News Report.
Okay.
My name once again is Garrison Red,
And I'm Garfield Williams.
and we're the founders of the Garrison Red Project. So, let me start off by letting everybody know that we would like to inform the audience that we have an upcoming event called Take a Look at This Heart, which will be held at the Fashion Institute of Technology on February 8th at 6 p.m. We are selling tickets on Eventbrite. All you have to do is enter the title on Eventbrite or go to the Garrison Red Project page on Facebook. And also, we have a coupon code, which is GRP. You will get $5 off. That's for whoever's in the New York area and, want to stop by and enjoy a day on disability and inclusivity. So, the first topic we would like to bring to you is a double amputee by the name of Alex Zanardi. And he's ready for Daytona's 24-hour race. Zanardi was an established racing superstar before his accident and has accomplishments since transcended sports. And an inspirational figure with indomitable spirit. He designs his own prosthetics. He jokes he made himself taller and learned to walk again. Then he returned to racing in touring cars. After that came hand cycling, a class victory in the New York City Marathon, and 4 gold medals spanning 2 Paralympic Games. For good measure, he took up triathlons and has gone under the 9-hour mark in several Ironman competitions, which is an incredible feat. Zanardi uses a handbike for cycling portion and a wheelchair for the running portion. Now he's age 52. Zanardi has seized every moment in the 17 years since his injury and will cross off yet another remarkable achievement this weekend at Daytona International Raceway when he competes in the prestigious Rolex 24 at Daytona Endurance Race. He will race for the first time without prosthetics, using a steering wheel designed for him by BMW that allows him to drive with hand levers.
I'm looking forward to see that race. That should be very interesting, and his story is very, inspiring. You definitely could do whatever you want out there. Especially, he won so many gold medals. That's real dope. I like that. We're gonna move on to the next topic. Apple submits plans for disability emojis, which include a wheelchair user and bionic limbs. Apple is looking to introduce several new emojis representing different disabilities. The tech firm has submitted proposals for 13 emoji depicting wheelchair users, bionic arms, guide dog, hearing aids, and walking sticks. Apple said that only a few of the current emoji set speak to the life experiences of those with disabilities. The proposal has been sent to Unicode Consortium, which will review submissions. As part of its missions, Apple said currently, emoji provide a wide range of options, but may not represent the experiences of those with disabilities. Diversifying the options available helps fill a significant gap and provides a more inclusive experience for all. Let us know how you feel about this proposal. That right there is very, very, I like that. Everybody uses pretty much the iPhone, and everyone should have the right to have an emoji that fits them well. You're able to communicate in so many ways, and an emoji is a lot that, people use.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, emojis are very common in sending messages these days. It can express a lot of different things. I know there's going to be some individuals that aren't going to be accepting of it. It's just always like that. But we would like to hear what you have to, how you feel about it, and whatever you have to say. I would like to hear your input. Now, moving on. This next topic is I couldn't have gone to university without support for my disability. Just 2 in 5 disabled students at universities know that there is targeted funding available for them before starting their courses, according to a recent government survey. This is worrying news. Disabled students' allowances provide vital support for many disabled students by contributing to costs such as computer equipment or non medical helper support. As a visual impaired person with a mental health condition, I know how important they are firsthand. If I had faced studying without my DSAs, I simply wouldn't have got through my course. Even with support, I struggled in those first critical weeks of student life. I will be unable to navigate my way around campus or find myself asking disability services why a note taker hadn't been available for my lectures that day. Getting the right support in place took a lot of work, phone calls, and appointments. In the months before I got my A level results, this meant that when I arrived at university, I had a mental health mentor funded through DSAs who I'll chat with over coffee about my anxieties. She, along with my personal tutor, lecturers, disability staff, and NHS mental health support, was there to talk through the challenges I faced as a disabled student. Inclusivity should be embedded in everything universities do, from booking a wheelchair accessible venue for open day sessions to have knowledgeable staff readily available to talk to prospective disabled students about support. Perhaps most important is acknowledging that the first weeks at university are crucial to ensuring student support is properly in place. Now, from my personal experience, I did not know that these services was available. If I would have known, I could have probably assisted with certain courses that I took, because I did take courses that wasn't real inclusive. It wasn't really accessible for me to take, so they had to accommodate me in other ways in order to take these particular courses. Honestly, I think I educated the staff more or less than the individuals that was set up to educate the school and the staff and the professors on disabilities and the different functionality of individuals with disabilities. So I think that's awesome. However, it needs to be marketed and promoted more in these universities and colleges.
Yeah, it should be real helpful. Now on to the next one, disability advocacy day nears. For Chris Wood, a trip a few years ago to Madison began an immediate journey, but ended with a newfound scene of enlightenment. Wood is on the board of directors for the Center of Independent Living of Western Wisconsin. The organization's goal, he said, is to help people with disabilities live in their homes as independently as possible. The CILLWW routinely sends one or more people to the annual Disability Advocacy Day, which includes meeting with state legislators, their staffs, to discuss disability issues. Wood went alone his first time and with the Center for Independent Living group last year. The intimidation, that's what that.
It's definitely intimidation.
Yeah. The intimidation all changes when I went to the Capitol for the first time, said was in regard to his initial participation in an event. I met up with some wonderful disability advocates down there, many of whom have built personal relationships with their legislator. After the first conversation as an aide, I realized that it would be fairly easy to communicate with legislators. After a couple days, I realized that there were nothing more empowering than sitting one-on-one with your legislators and their staff and getting directly tell them the policies you'd like to see implemented.
All right. So now moving right along, some pretty good news. The first U.S. patient in novel stem cell trial for stroke disability enrolled at UT Health. The first U.S. patient to participate in a global study of a stem cell therapy injected directly into their brain to treat stroke disability was enrolled in the clinical trial this week at the University of Texas Health Science Center at Houston. That's what UT Health stands for. At McGovern Medical School at UT Health, we have been studying cellular therapies as a novel treatment for stroke. Over the past 10 years, are very excited to partner with ReNeuron and enroll the first patient into the Pisces 3 study. Said Sean I. Savitz, MD, the study's global principal investigator and professor and director of the Institute for Stroke and Cerebrovascular Disease at UT Health. This study represents an important next step in the development of novel cellular therapies for chronic stroke and to date is the most advanced clinical trial to determine whether neural stem cells improve recovery in patients chronically disabled by stroke. And for those of you who do not know, stem cells is being researched in spinal cord injury individuals as well. Actually, in some of the countries abroad, it is really big. There's a lot of controversy with stem cell treatment. However, it should be, passed and proved if there's some good results out of this study that they're doing right now.
Some more good news. Nigeria passes disability rights law, offers hope and inclusion, improved access. On January 23rd, Nigeria's president, Muhammad Buhari, signed into law the Discrimination Against Persons with Disabilities Prohibition Act 2018, following 9 years of relentless advocacy by disability rights groups and activists. According to the World Health Organization 2011 World Disability Report, about 50% of Nigeria's population, or at least 25 million people, have a disability. Many of them face a number of human rights abuses, including stigma, discrimination, violence, lack of access to health care, housing, and education. Nigeria ratifies the United Nations Convention on the Right of People with Disabilities, CRPD, in 2007, and its optional protocol in 2010. Since then, civil societies groups and people with disabilities have called on the government to put it into practice. In 2011 and 2015, the National Assembly passed Discrimination Against Persons with Disabilities Prohibition Bill in 2009. But former President Goodluck Jonathan declined to sign it in the law. The bill for the new law was passed by the House of Representatives and the Senate Joint Committee in November 2016, but was not sent to Buhari for his signature until December 2018. On January 17, Buhari denied on national television that he had received the bill. Hundreds of people protested, and barely 5 days later, he signed the bill into law. The law prohibits discrimination on basis of disability and imposes sanctions, including fines and prison sentences, on those who contravene it. Also stipulates a 5-year transitional period for modifying public building structures and automobiles to make them accessible and usable for people with disabilities.
Yeah, that's very amazing, and it's great to see that Nigeria, which is one of the bigger African nations and one of the more flourishing economies in Africa, is following suit with, joining the rest of the big time nations of this world and signing this act, so that way more individuals will actually have an opportunity at achieving success. And that's what the Garrison Red Project is all about.
Yes,
just people getting an opportunity to achieve success. We take for granted often some of the things that we are unable to do, or some of the things that we just overlook, so that's awesome. Now, to move on to some other good news, is actor Richard Branson helps launch new disability campaign for businesses. Billionaire businessman Richard Branson is backing a new campaign to get 500 global businesses to commit to putting disability issues on their board agendas. His Virgin Media business has already signed up, alongside 9 others including Unilever, Microsoft, and Barclays. Disability can no longer be a conversation reserved for charity and health organizations, Bronson said in a new campaign video. It's time more brands woke up to collective benefits of understanding people with disabilities and their needs. The inclusion revolution is coming. Make sure it's on your agenda. Over 11 million people in United Kingdom, or about 17% of the population, suffer from long-term illness, impairment, or disability. According to statistics from the United Kingdom's government, the percentage is roughly the same in other parts of the world. About 15% of the global population suffer from some form of disability. According to a 2011 report from the World Health Organization and World Bank. So this would be awesome, and hopefully it can decrease the unemployment rate for people with disabilities as well, being that there is going to be more conversation amongst business executives on ways they can impact the disabled community. And one of the ways that can cause an immediate impact would be decreasing the unemployment rate. That way individuals would be able to sustain a regular lifestyle. I mean, in my opinion, without employment or a way or means of making a substantial income, then you are always going to be at a disadvantage in this world. So hopefully, there's a lot more businesses that are, Fortune 500 companies join Richard Bronson in this revolution. And now, we just would like to give you just some bit of words. That way you can have a wonderful week. And what I would like to say is it doesn't matter where you are currently, it matters where you are going. So even when things don't come your way, I know individuals typically will get discouraged. However, there's things that's always working in the background that's going to assist you in the long run. So whatever you at today, don't worry about it, because that's not where you're going to be tomorrow. Also, I would like for everybody to, subscribe to the Garrison Red Project's website. Along with that, you can subscribe to our YouTube page as well as the Garrison Red YouTube page. Also, follow us back on Instagram. My name on Instagram is Big Money G.
I love the dough.
And we also have the Garrison Red Project Instagram page as well. Also, you can follow us on our individual pages on Facebook, which is mine is under Garrison Red.
Mine is Garfield Williams.
And we also have, we appreciate if you like our Facebook page, which is the Garrison Red Project. Also, we are raising money for children with disabilities. We're trying to provide them with assistive equipment.
Yes.
We've been receiving some great donations, and we would really like to thank the individuals that have donated.
We appreciate you guys.
Yeah, and with a $20 donation, you will receive this t-shirt, like the one I'm wearing. Also, we accept medical equipment. Food, if it's, some like type of items like canned goods, we will accept. That way, we could assist other individuals. There's a lot of individuals that's living in poverty that are disabled. So we're just trying to assist everybody the best way we can. So if you have medical equipment that you're not using, we would greatly appreciate it.
Yes, please.
And that's pretty much the conclusion. Do you have any lasting words?
No, that's it.
Well, until next time, stay tuned, subscribe, and, we're open to any suggestions, and we would like to have individuals come on our show as well. We are doing video interviews, and you could promote your product, you could promote whatever you're trying to do in regards to the disabled community, or if you want to just tell us your story. So until next time, stay blessed. And feel free to reach out to us.
Enjoy, guys.
Warming up, 1 minute, continuous. It's the Flex Fitness lifestyle.
Good. Come down, pause, right. Back up. Good. That's what I want to see. Back down. Good. Up. Good. Pause. Good. Down. Good. Up. Good. Yeah. Yes, sir. And down. Come on. You got it. Bring it up. Good.